Good morning, everyone. Welcome. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link to this session presentation in the chat, and I will do that at the beginning, and I'll do it again at the end of our um, presentation here. So I'm going to just put that there. Welcome, everyone out there. I am sitting in the SJCOE Fab Lab. My name is Jeremy Love. I am a coordinator for CodeStack STEAM. And we're going to be talking about the A in STEAM, the art part of STEAM. And we're going to explore some fun and easy ways to integrate STEM thinking with art projects. Everyone likes to do art projects. They can be incorporated in almost any class. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So let me just get started here. Okay, here we go. And as I go through this presentation, uh, feel free to chime in with any questions that you have or anything that you come across, and I will answer them as fast as I can. And at the end of the session and the beginning, I'll do it right now. I'm going to put my email address in the chat, and if I did not get to your question, you can email me, and I will make sure that everyone questions is answered. Okay, I'm just getting this. There we go. So once again, I'm going to put the link to the website because apparently I didn't do it correctly. There we go. And then I'm going to put my email address in there. Okay. So like I said, if you have questions, put them in the chat and I'm going to try to answer them as we go. Okay, let's get started. So we're talking about the A in STEAM. And first, a little bit about myself. That's my little sketch of me because I didn't have my publicity photo, but you can see me right here. I hope I matched myself up pretty good. But I'm a coordinator for CodeStack STEAM. Um, I've been with the San Joaquin County Office of Education for 10 years. I've been a classroom teacher, a tech mentor, and a curriculum writer. I work with the University of California on the University of California curriculum integration team. I've um, done some course writing for the CTE pathways, where they integrate CTE courses with academic courses. And I've also been a course team facilitator. I'm also a graphic novelist, the illustrator, and an animator. I've worked for and continue to work for DC Comics, Disney, Sony, Fox, Cartoon Network, Rockstar Games. That's a little bit about my resume, but um, I am a freelance artist. So I'm real passionate about art, and I'm real passionate about the bridge between technology and art. Let me tell you a little bit about CodeStack STEAM, what we're doing here. CodeStack STEAM, what we're building is a comprehensive 9 through 12 computer science curriculum, and then eventually we're going to go back to K through 8. Um, but as you can see, we're trying to create a modular and portable project-based learning that's integrated with other subjects and that's continually updated and always relevant. But not only that, our main goal is to offer mentorship, learning communities, and professional development for teachers. We're building a course now that incorporates a lot of different platforms, but it's a foundational computer science course. That means a computer science course for the students that aren't like the AP students. This is a computer science course for everyone, and it focuses on uh, robots, video games, computer graphics, wearable technology, streaming music, and smart devices. So we're launching that in next year, and hopefully we will be able to give opportunities for other districts in our area and beyond to work with us as we bring this to the table. All right. Also, the curriculum that we are building now, it covers all of the 9 through 12 computer science standards. One of our curriculum writers actually was on the team that wrote those standards. It's already been A through G approved, and it's also aligned with CTE standards for the information technology pathway. So enough about that. Let's get started. Okay, so we're talking about science, technology, engineering, art, and math. That's STEAM. A lot of people downplay the art part of it, but you know, art is important because artists use science, technology, math, and engineering to achieve their vision. So where a scientist, their goal might be to experiment and make discoveries, an artist has an aesthetic goal and they use science to build that aesthetic goal. Like a painter would, they have to use chemistry principles to mix paint and to replicate the right colors, or they have to use engineering to construct the right canvases. A musician that writes music, that's almost pure math. Um, and then even photographers, photographers use the rule of thirds, which is based on pi, which is, as we know, which is a math concept. So when you see that little grid on your iPad, that's so you can satisfy the rule of thirds. And I got the little picture there showing you how that works. All of the important elements in your picture should be on the intersecting lines. So STEM is an essential part of the creative process. So no matter what kind of subject you teach, and I've taught history, I've taught science, but art is always integral. It's an assessment tool. It can be used for class presentations. Art is always an essential part, and it engages students and it encourages critical thinking. But you don't have to be an art teacher to introduce engaging art projects into your class, and you don't have to be a computer science teacher to integrate art projects with STEM. Using STEM concepts brings structure and rigor to art projects. When I was a teacher, in my early days, I would assign a free-form art project, and we all know that can descend into chaos. But you can use STEM concepts to kind of structure that art project and focus it. Just a quick, my philosophy on software, because as teachers we get a lot of platforms and things thrown at us. I'm platform agnostic. I try not to double down on one platform, but I do like free stuff. I don't like to, if I have to pay for it, I'm like, eh. So I like stuff that's free, that's easy to learn. If it's a physical computing thing, then low cost. We have to keep the students' data safe. And one of the most important things about a platform is how much community support does it have? Are there YouTube videos? Is there stuff on social media? If I need to find out how to do something quickly, can I do that? So Tinkercad, I think, is a great tool to integrate the STEM thinking with art, and it satisfies all of my philosophical software parameters. It's free. It's a 3D modeling program, and it's a coding program. It's easy to learn. And the sky's the limit with this thing. It introduces students to constructive solid geometry. That sounds complicated, but it's not. It runs in your web browser, which is very important because you don't have to install anything. And there's an abundance of YouTube tutorials, tips, lesson plans, instructables. And one of the coolest things about Tinkercad is it's compatible with 3D printers. You don't have to, but anything students build in Tinkercad, they can print out. And as you can see there, Steve Callahan in our Fab Lab, he created a ball with a motion sensor that if you throw the ball in the air, it'll track its gravitational pull and its speed. So he he created the ball in Tinkercad and used a microbit for a sensor. You can also create an iPhone case. You can create actual tools. So the sky's the limit. Like, let me show you this. You go to the Tinkercad gallery here. and you have access to a whole community of pre-made models that you can explore, that you can modify, that you can edit. So um, that's another valuable asset, because you don't have to create everything from scratch. You can pull stuff from other resources. So enough talking about that. Oh, let me go through this first. It also has a whole learning environment, and this learning environment is integrated with Google Classroom. So you don't have to be an expert, because, and I would suggest that if you aren't so computer savvy, that you just explore it with your students. And this is not a thing you have to commit to. You can do this for a day, for a couple of days. You can, you don't have to commit to an entire course. So this learning platform is you have lesson plans. You can create your own, you can create a classroom, add students to your classroom. I'll have links to all of this at the end of the presentation so you can explore it. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and play with this a little bit. So if you have a computer, of course you have a computer, how else would you be watching this? Let's, I'm gonna put the Tinkercad, I'm gonna put this link. Well, first, let's sign in to Tinkercad. I'm gonna sign out so I can show you how to sign back in. Let me see here. I'm gonna log out. I'm gonna put the Tinkercad link in the chat. And hopefully you guys will all go to that site and it'll bring up Tinkercad. And when you click sign in, if you have a Google account, you can click sign in with Google, but it has multiple sign in options. And if you need to join, it only takes a second to join. This doesn't collect data. It's completely safe for students. It has, it was built for schools. So I'm going to give you like maybe, let's say 5 minutes to kind of log in. I'm going to log in. So I'm going to give you, let's take 5 minutes. Let's see if we can get everyone logged in here. All right. I hope everyone's logged in now, knock on wood. And if you are, I'm putting another link in the chat. I'm going to test this link out and make sure it works correctly. And it should take you to a page that looks like this, Direct Starters. Now we're just going to go through, I'm going to show you how easy it is to work in Tinkercad. And after that, we can explore ways you can incorporate it into your classroom. Like I said, this is something that you can do. You can do for one day. You can do for multiple days. The options are there. So if we're all on this page, let's just start with place it. This is your Tinkercad environment. You have your shapes. On the left side here, you have your instructions, and it's pretty straightforward. Let me reset it because I did this before, and it'll tell you what to do. See? So welcome to Tinkercad, and it tells you to add a shape to the workspace. So all you have to do is grab a box and drop it in. Once you do that, click next, and then continue. So I'm going to be working with this, and I want you guys to go through the tutorials with me. So let's just work together. So, and if you have any questions, please feel free to drop the questions into the chat as we work through it. So let's just work through this for maybe 10, 12 minutes. All right, here we go. This one right here, it shows you how to, this works best with a mouse. It shows you how to look around your model. Shows you how to, with your mouse right click, you can look around, or you can hit control if you have a touchpad, control, and just move your finger around the touchpad. Okay, it keeps asking you to sign up. Did you should have to just click sign in with Google. If you click sign in with Google, or if you don't have a Google account, you might have to sign in. You might have to log in. I'm gonna. So when you click sign in, there should be a page. Okay. I want you to move these. Pretty simple. Oops. All right. It's a little tricky. You have to just get it on the right. Oops. your mouse button, the trackball on your mouse, you roll it back and forth, you can zoom in and out. You can also do it with this plus and minus sign here. And this is just giving you just the basics. It might seem overly simple with this, but there's so much you can do with this. On this one, they want you to just first you drop your squares in. Now we're just beginning to do a little bit of modeling. And I don't know if I've mentioned age groups, but I would say this is third grade and up I mean, the sky's the limit with it, but third grade is a good age to start. That's like a nice beginner's age. All right, this is the one that's a little, you can, when you make a hole inside of your shape. Oh yeah, they have hints here. So if you don't, if you're confused on what to do, they have hints. So if you confuse, like you don't know where the group button is. And when you hover across each of the tools, it'll tell you basically what it does. And we're going to see what happens when we do this one. As you can see, you made a hole. So you have these clear shapes here that can make holes. Give you guys about, we're gonna keep working on this for a few more minutes. Hopefully everyone's, hopefully you guys are able to engage. I'm just seeing that a lot of you guys, I was just seeing that a lot of you guys are requesting access to my Google site. I have to, I had assumed that it was already shared with everyone so that everyone could see, but it looks like it's not. So I'm going to be giving you, I'm going to be um, granting access to to my Google site. Give me 1 second to do that. Let me post the link right now. Okay. That is the Google site. Wait, that is not the Google site. Let me, so I apologize. Here's the site. I'm putting it in the chat now. I put the wrong link at the beginning. So once again, I'll paste the chat here. I mean, paste it in the chat. And hopefully you guys will have access to that. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to move on right now, and then I will make sure that the site is working correctly. I'm just going to go over real quick an idea for a lesson plan on how you can incorporate the Tinkercad with your with a STEM based lesson. So as an artist, as well as a scientist and engineer, artists, scientists, and engineers will usually have to deal with limitations of time and resources. So a robust art assignment that incorporates STEM should introduce the concept of constraints. So they can't just do anything. You have to give them some parameters. So uh, for example, so design a planter for a specific type of plant can be a lesson plan. The students can pick their plant or you can. And once their plant is picked, they use the scientific method, the principles of the scientific method, and apply it to a piece of art. So first asking questions, doing some research, experimenting, and then finally analyzing the data. So the question, since your goal is to make it a unique work of art that expresses who you are, the first question should be, how should it look? Um, but then we also have to consider how big it'll need to be to hold the assigned plant and what other design features should be considered. How thick should it be? It has to be able to stand up straight. So you have to compromise some of your artistic vision for the engineering aspect of it. And then students should conduct independent research to answer the questions about the needs of the plant. How can they incorporate their artistic vision with the needs of the plant? And then the experiment, you can do rough sketches on paper, viewing other planter designs, and then finally in the Tinkercad gallery, and then finally creating their planter in Tinkercad. And then if you have a 3D printer available, and almost every school now has at least one 3D printer. Those 3D printers are the costs are down and they're very ubiquitous now. But you could print the planter out and test it out. Put a plant in it and let it grow. So bringing Tinkercad and STEM-based art into your classroom is easy because once again, like I said, there are tons of lesson plans that you can use, and they They cross every subject. They integrate with every subject. You can, as you can see here, they have science-based lesson plans. They have design-based, art-based, even language arts. So, and this is also constantly building. And also, they have a YouTube channel which has tons of tutorials. Okay, I think we have 5 more minutes. So we have 5 more minutes. Let's go to let's 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 try to code some blocks, because you can also, I put the link to the code blocks. You can also code blocks as well as draw them. So I'm just going to do one quick part of this tutorial. Then I'm going to open up the Q&A, and maybe we can all work on this on the code blocks while I answer questions. So click on the intro to shapes. And this is block coding, something like Scratch. So as a software engineer, you would write code the long way, but block coding puts the code into blocks. And so you don't have to write the whole string. So it's a good way to get into the mindset of programming and coding. So I'm going to go here. Let me go back. All right. So you put the code in there, and then you press play, and you see your box shows up. You continue. You can also adjust this so you can see more of your screen here. Now I'm going to place a block and change the color to green. Press play. Then you can also set the width and height. So this is another way it's an art project, but it also incorporates a little bit of math and measurements and things like that. So they want to change the width to 60. Type in 60. Press play. So I want you guys to, I'm going to open up, I don't know, do I have to open up the Q&A to my moderator, my other panelists? So I got the Q&A open. And while you guys work on that, I'm gonna make sure my Google site here is viewable by everyone. It's saying sign in with a different account. Is this for the Google site or for Tinkercad? Let's see. There we go. Yeah, I already put the link there. I think the link to the site works now. Yes. Okay. It's asking, this is a little bit of math in here. That's 2 times its current length and 3 times its height. All right, they want you to match the length of the box to the hole in the surface. Now, if you go back, you can kind of calculate what each of these grid lines are. See there, one grid line is 10. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I would say that's a half of one. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 7. 7 by 2. So the width would probably stay the same. And I would think the width would be 70. Let's see if I was correct. Looks like I was. We have a question. Could you post? Oh, yes. I will post the Google link again. And on the Google site, I have a whole list of links to everything you need to do a project like this. And I'm gonna, once again, I'm gonna post my email address inside of the.
Oh, hi. You like making stuff with your hands, right?
Inside of the chat as well. And then I just wanted to show you the Tinkercad YouTube channel while you guys still work on the code. I hope you guys are. I hope someone at least got to do it. It's I can't see. I think I answered that question. See, the Tinkercad website has all these tutorials. So much. Anything that you want to build, you can find a tutorial for it. A step-by-step tutorial. All right, so I only have a few more minutes, but I wanted to see if everyone was able to get to the website. If you haven't, let me know. I think I shared the correct. I think I shared the correct link this time. So let me know if you can't access the website. I hope you enjoyed I hope you got something you can use. Something that isn't too scary or isn't too complex, but that still offers that amount of that learning curve that as you get better, the possibilities are endless. And I would encourage you. The one thing I noticed that students when they work with Tinkercad and projects like this, they tend to go down their own rabbit holes and they just tend to want to create their own thing, and they get into it like that because the onboarding is so easy that it allows you to feel confident about exploring it further. Okay. I have 5 more minutes. Let's see if we can do a couple more of these. All right, they want us to match the height. I'm going to put my email on that last link on the links page. That's a good idea. I'm gonna the slides will be on that website that I just posted right there. Okay, so I have my email address here. Thank you everyone. I hope this went well. It's hard. It was kind of hard to to gauge, but I hope everyone enjoyed. I hope everyone enjoyed the session. Um, and like I said, I'm always open for questions. If you have any additional questions, please let me know. Um, uh-oh, 404 error. Let me test that out. Let me see. It's working on my end. If you can shoot me an email, let me see if I can you, if you don't try it again, if you just shoot me an email, I'll try to get it resolved for you. I have another question in the Q&A. Oh, the Google still has no access. So if everyone could email, if you didn't get access, just email me, and I will email you a link. You can shoot off an email right now, and I'll work on that within the next hour or so I can get you that email. I apologize that the Google site's not working. I don't really know what's going on. Yeah, I probably have to change the share settings. I'll just do that after the presentation. Thank you, everyone.